What happened to the Andrea Doria? The Andrea Doria was a transatlantic ocean liner that was launched on June 16, 1951, made by Italy's the Italian Line. Her length was about 213 meters, a GRT gross registered tonnage of about 29,083, and could hold a maximum of 1,241 passengers and 560 crew members. She had a max speed of 23 knots, which means she definitely wasn't the fastest at the time. With that out of the way, let's head into why she sunk, shall we? On the 17th of July, 1956, Andrea Doria departed from Genoa, Italy, with over 200 passengers on board. She stopped at Cannes and 48 more passengers boarded the ship. She then made her way to Naples, Italy, to board another 744 passengers before heading off to her 9-day trip to New York. She did actually make one last stop at Gibraltar to get 65 more passengers. A few days later, on the 25th of July, while crossing the Atlantic, another ship, called the Stockholm, was just departing from New York to Gothenburg, Sweden. She was not as big as the Andrea Doria. The Stockholm was only supposed to fit around 400 passengers, but was upgraded to over 550. She left New York while the Andrea Doria was coming in from the east, with lots of fog around the Andrea Doria. She had all her watertight doors shut. The Stockholm was still in the clear day. The only information the ships had about each other was their radars. 50 as radar sucked, so all plotting had to be done by hand. They were aware of each other, but it was clear that both were not fully aware of what was about to come. To make a long story short, the two ships collided after the Andrea Doria attempted a green-to-green passing port, but because of the heavy fog, the Stockholm attempted a red-to-red passing starboard. They tried to do something, but it was sadly too late. They collided. The Andrea Doria had more than enough lifeboats for all, but due to the list caused by the collision to the side, half became unusable. Luckily for the Stockholm, they weren't in severe condition or danger. The only thing that happened was that her bow was completely in ruins. Both ships called for help, and the Cape Ann quickly rushed over. Many other ships, such as our naval ship called the Private William H. Thomas, was coming. The Stockholm's lifeboats from the ship proceeded to help get the Andrea Doria's passengers off the sinking ship over the next few hours. The large ship LLED France came to the scene a few hours after the other ships came and rescued the remaining passengers and crew on the Andrea Doria during the night. Even the captain of the Andrea Doria was forced to abandon the ship after every passenger and crew was safe. Recorded at 10:09 a.m. the 26th of July 1956, the Andrea Doria finally sunk. Over 1,660 people were rescued that same night. Sadly, 46 people lost their lives, and we are very lucky it wasn't more.